So welcome to the video explainer on the comparison calculator. So first of all, as always, go to homeloanvillage.com.au. Then all you need to do is click on the calculators here and look down on the left-hand side until you find the comparison rate calculator. So it's currently third from the top. We've got a few details plugged in here. So some assumptions for the comparison rates: $150,000 loan amount. That's the normal assumption. 25-year loan term. That's the normal assumption. So they're plugged in. Leave them alone when calculating the comparison rate. Intro interest term. Now this is if there is an intro rate, or you can also use it if there's a fixed rate. So if there's we see the intro term down here of 12 months, that would be a 1-year fixed rate. Standard or revert rate, so that's the rate that it's going to revert to after the end of the fixed rate period. Now, if you want to take out that fixed rate period, i.e. if you want a period with no fixed rate, so just a variable, say 0 months, it doesn't really matter what's in there. So then this top right, standard or revert rate, would become the actual variable rate. So for this example, let's say 4%. Upfront fees, so try to include all upfront fees there. Essentially what you would generally think of as the application fee. Ongoing fees, so some would charge maybe a monthly account keeping fee, some would have an annual package fee, and your end fees down here. So this is generally the fee that it costs you to close out the loan, which is generally going to be somewhere between $300 to $500. You might not actually know that, and that might be probably a little bit harder to find than the other fees. But generally, if you put something around $400 to $500 there, you're probably going to be pretty close to the mark. Right, now, one thing that I do want to talk about, and so we've got the comparison rate, as you can see down there, is comparison rate when you're looking at fixed rates and how difficult it actually is to use comparison rates with fixed rates. I mean, comparison rates in general have some faults. Obviously, they're looking at loan amounts of this size. If your loan's $1 million, then this comparison rate might be very different. Loan term, 25 years. If your loan term is very different to that, substantially different to that, then the comparison rate might not be that good. But in particular, at the moment, since loan amounts, the comparison rate is based on $150,000 loan amount. Majority of people have substantially more home loan debt than that. It can be a little bit misleading. But what I want to talk to you about is how it's misleading in terms of fixed rates. So we've got our fixed rate here, 4%, or for 36 months. So 3 years. Now, automatically, when you go onto someone's website, that sort of thing, their standard variable rate that it reverts to after this period is possibly going to be higher than the actual rate you're then able to negotiate after that period. However, this rate's still put in. So invariably, you will see comparison rates for fixed rates substantially higher than the actual rate itself, which will make fixed rates obviously look less appealing. Now, majority of people, it seems, who take a fixed rate are the sort of people who will continue to want fixed rates. So most likely, at the end of the 36 months, so the 3 years, you're not going to spend the next 22 years or however long in the variable rate. More likely, you're actually going to refix again, which seems to be the trend. Fixes are fixes. People who have variable rates seem to generally have variable rates. So, I mean, nothing crazy there, but just something to be aware of when looking at comparison rates for fixed rate terms. But anyway, enjoy the calculator. If you've got any questions, let me know. And yeah, enjoy.